Being alone and being lonely are two different states of living. You can feel lonely living among many friends and family, and you can just be okay by being alone for years. I have had this experience by myself. Well, I back in my early days, I mean, when I was a teenager, I was living with my parents, and nobody understood me at all. Not the school friends of mine, not my teachers, not my family and relatives. And I wasn't a good friend back in my early days because I felt that most of the kids of my age, they are like kind of childish. They felt childish to me because uh, I spent I used to spend a lot of time thinking, and they're just playing like a kids. So it felt some kind of childish to me. So I didn't do like I mean I didn't grew up like all of the other kids. So I used to feel a lot lonely when I was among people. But when I grew up, when I was in my university, I mean after I started living alone, I rented a very small apartment. In Bangladesh, it costs you around $40 to $50. It's very cheap. Yeah. So I was living alone, but I wasn't feeling lonely at all because I the electricity is gone. I'm completely fine with that. Because I knew how to handle my thoughts. I knew how to handle my feelings. I knew how to, communicate. And I actually grew up a man when I was alone. So living alone actually taught me a lot. And to be honest, for the very couple of years, I mean, for the first 2 3 years, I was living alone. I wasn't feeling lonely at all. I was feeling like like more of a free person. I was enjoying the freedom that I had when I was living alone. So loneliness wasn't a thing for me back in those days. So you could be someone who, I mean, with high intellectual, understanding, and you could live among people who doesn't understand anything you say, or you cannot express your feelings to them, and you will find yourself that you are actually lonely. But even though you are living among many people, you have friends and family around you. Yeah, that is what true loneliness is. Like, I mean, loneliness hurts you more when you are living among people, and you cannot make them understand what your feelings, your thoughts, or you cannot just be social with them. That is a true form. I mean, that is the true form of loneliness we are talking about. So you can be lonely living among people, and you could, I mean, you can be completely free, I mean, okay by living alone by yourself with no people around you for years. I mean, yeah, you used to go outside, buy the groceries, meet people. I am a Muslim. I go pray in the mosque, so I see people 5 times a day. Not necessarily I talk to them, but we pray together and come back home uh, without socializing a lot. So that is not living among people means. That is also a kind of living alone. Uh, so you could be doing that, living alone among people, have many friends and family, yeah, and but they don't understand you at all, so you can feel lonely. But yeah, let's just get to the point. So the moral of the story is loneliness is actually the lackings you have in your life, uh, to make other people, to express yourself, to socialize, the way you feel okay with it, and have like-minded people around you, and just people you can trust, people you can be vulnerable in front of, and people you can share your weaknesses, ideas, without even getting hesitated that they are gonna push back on or they're gonna just take the information. I mean, learn about your weakness, and all of a sudden they're gonna hit back, uh, at your ankle. That is what it means not to be lonely. Yeah. So my personal experience for the last couple of years, I am feeling lonely because I have been living alone for a very long time. But it taught me a lot. I grew up a man from a boy since the time I have been living alone. Yeah, it taught me a lot. You know, by being alone, you can actually learn a lot of the stuff that that is, I will say, almost impossible if you live among many people, because when you are living alone, you are not, you know, biased by their thoughts, ideas. Nobody can say to you that do this or don't do that. You just relying completely on your intellect, and you just take every single decision by yourself, and you just do whatever you want. So complete freedom, complete reliance on yourself, and all the risks that will come to you is upon yourself. So it will build you. Loneliness will build you. I mean, being alone will build you a lot. But being lonely is actually not a healthy thing, I will say. It is not healthy at all. You must find people. We humans have been living for thousands of years socializing. We are social creatures. So we are the very first generation who are trying to live alone, because we have this internet and our phone with us that gives us an illusion of socializing, but in reality, that is pushing us to be alone. So we are the loneliest generation in the human history, because we live alone. We see the screens, and we just compare ourselves with other people, compare our lives with the lives of someone who is seems like living the best life on earth. That is what actually pushing us to feel lonely. And I will not say that is a good thing. That is definitely a bad thing, and it is destroying, our, yeah, it is destroying a lot of our potentials, mental happiness, and mental ability, personal. It is pushing us back. I will say it is really pushing us back as a generation. So loneliness is not a good thing, but being alone can teach you a lot, but being lonely is actually harmful for anyone. You can be the strongest guy, but if you are a lonely person, you are not going to grow a lot. That will be harmful for you. So the moral of the story is, it is okay you live some time alone, but it is not okay at all if you just be lonely often. You must find other people to share ideas, to be vulnerable in front of, and you know just to, yeah, live a social life now and then. All right, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.